We welcome to the source now Robyn Bourgeois. She's an associate professor in the Women's Studies Department at Brock University, also VP of Indigenous Engagement at Brock. And Robyn, red dress installation coming up on February 14th.
Yeah, it's our fifth annual red dress installation. This is such an important piece of our work every year because it is a chance for us to pause and remember all of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls across the country, but also at the same time to celebrate our resilience and our resistance as Indigenous women to this violence that's really plagued us for hundreds of years. So this is a significant moment for us just to take time as a community to pause and reflect.
Why February 14th?
February 14th, we chose as a date because there's actually multiple dates for red dress. There's one in May. People do it on May 5th. There's other events throughout the year. But for us, we chose February 14th because it coincides with the annual Missing Women's Memorial March that's held in Vancouver's downtown east side, which has been going on since 1991. So we wanted to align ourselves with that really important act of resistance because it was one of the first calls for justice, really. This is decades before the national inquiry. So I think that's really significant.
As we've seen over the past 5 years, you will be hanging red dresses throughout the campus. What else are you doing?
This year, we've decided to focus on something that really relates to our healing, and we've decided that instead of our traditional format has been to have a panel of speakers. We will have a speaker. We have Vanessa Brousseau, an Inuk woman who's going to come and talk about her own experiences. But throughout the day, we're going to be crafting because for Indigenous peoples, our crafting and our art is very much an important part of healing. So people will have the opportunity to come from 10 to 4 in Pond Inlet and be able to participate in a number of crafts organized around red dress. So we have one student who's going to teach everyone how to make red dress earrings. We're going to have beading of a red dress brooch. We have sealskin bracelets that are being made, and we have a student who's going to teach us how to make Métis finger sashes.
Now you say people can come and do these activities. Is it just for Brock students or for the general public?
No, we actually invite everyone to come along and join. You do have to register, so we will have information up on our website very shortly about how to do that. For those who are internal to Brock, of course, you can go through Experience BU, but we will have other information up for people in the community.
I understand that one of your own art pieces will be installed during this day as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to debut a new art piece that I've been working on called Robyn's Story. And it's a telling of my own story of being a survivor of sex trafficking and very nearly becoming one of the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. And it's a multimedia piece that involves, it's designed to look, because this happened when I was a teenager. It's designed to look like a teenager's kind of scrapbook with oral accounts. So you'll be able to actually scan a QR code and listen to me tell my story as you're looking at the art pieces.
Now you talked about art as medicine. How did creating that piece help you get through your journey?
Oh my gosh, it's actually been so therapeutic. I didn't know I needed it until I started doing it. But to be able to go back and engage in the creative process and explore the feelings behind some of those pieces of my story was really profound, and I actually feel so much better coming out of it. You think you've healed a lot, and then you do something like this. It's a whole other level of healing moving forward.
Robyn, in your role as VP of Indigenous Engagement, what are your other duties?
In a lot of things, because really I'm the institutional lead for the entire process of indigenization. So I'm involved everywhere, which is really lovely. So I work with all of our faculties, I work with community, I work with all of the different departments within the university, whether it's procurement, whether it's finance, all of the groups to think through how do we indigenize and decolonize the university in a meaningful way. So I'm doing all kinds of things all year, whether it's speaking events this week. I think on Wednesday, I'm getting to open an event that's looking at heart health for Indigenous peoples. I'm working with community on developing new pathways into the institution. And we're actually starting to develop a lot of programming through our professional and continuing studies that I'm excited to introduce to folks in the spring.
Robyn, where can people register for the sessions on February 14th?
Yes, if you visit Brock's website, we have a Brock Indigenous website. You will be able to connect to information there to be able to register for these events.
Robyn, thanks for filling us in about what's coming up on February 14th. Have a great day.